Whoa. Whoa, okay.
Don't shoot yourself.
Hand simulator, that's what it is. Right, my channel apparently doesn't pop up, that's gay. Gets channel taken down. I actually gotta like wait a second so I can actually do something. Just gonna give this a second.
Okay.
What would you do today? Wish brain.
No wall. I'm just gonna play some Ghost Recon.
I was on that before I got kicked from it.
Yeah, I know. Just said that you were being annoying.
I was just standing there watching them do their thing. Okie dokie. This is alright this game already. How do I do this? Oh, there we go. How do I? Oh my god. This is sick. Oh, music down. I don't want music. Play.
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you, and I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning, with the house.
Oh, whoa, whoa. This is next gen game. Oh, I can zoom in on it. Bruv. No joke, I'm not joking. This is the most realistic plant game I've seen in my life. Oh, I think that's the house.
Until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms.
Oh. And it's a mailbox. Straight up horror game right here, I can say that. Oh, it's a very touchy
Inside
game.
the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately.
Can I open them? That's good. No, close it.
I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral.
No trespassing. This property is protected by video surveillance. Trespassers will be prosecuted. Ooh, yeah. Hey, toads.
In her
films.
will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked. Maybe she thought I'd know. Or she thought that the mystery would be enough to bring me back. The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it. But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to.
Oh. Sketchy bug. Missing boy, I think that is. Oh, brother. I'd never want to use
The
lose
woods
my
around the house have
siblings.
always been uncomfortably silent. As if they're about to say something, but never do.
Sketchy. Oh, I see the house, I see the house. Oh, what is this? That's a basketball hoop. How do you run? Can you run? I have to figure out controls in this game. Yeah, it's okay, it's again missing. Bro,
The
how
house
does this
was
house
exactly
stand?
like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it.
That house already looks sketchy. It's a truck. Here we go. Milton Finch.
As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words.
No, now my controller.
Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house.
17, she sounds like she's like 13. This house, I'm swear to God, there better not be any jump scares in this.
That shit himself.
I will shit myself, man. Gary's potting mix. Oh, what? It's dark here. Okay. Oh, I'm going in.
I hoped the key might unlock the front door. It
Nope.
didn't.
It didn't. Oh. No.
Looking
No.
in, I felt like the house itself had been waiting for me.
That's sketchy, bro. There's books everywhere. I jumped through a window. This doesn't seem like one of those games. Seems like one of these story games. She looks very short. Do I get in? Do I climb? I have to walk everywhere too, which isn't helpful. See all those papers? It's that missing kid. Do I have to go around? How do I get in? Oh, back here. I was over here a second ago. Don't be sketching me out. That doesn't sound right already. Stop it, that's scary. I'll really have to go through a cat door. Or a dog door.
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier
Doggy door.
when I was 11.
Oh, this isn't sketchy at all. I'm just not in a garage. No, I've got goosebumps now. That's sketchy. The garage should just start rattling. Bro, can we pick corners? Is this rainbow?
For the first time in years,
Slowly. No! Not
I
fast.
felt like I was home.
Is this a horror game? I really don't know. I'm covered in goosebumps right now. Rob, give me my pillow. Oh, I can't even get it. Ugh. Yeah. What'd I do?
But instead of a family, they were just memories of one.
Where'd our family go? They all die?
Like how after Lewis started working at the cannery, we all got sick of eating salmon. Except our cat, Molly.
It's a lot of...
Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it. Like a smile with too many teeth.
Hey, Mom.
After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms.
Sure.
Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes.
Yep.
I don't like this already. This game sketches me out. I really don't know if this is a horror game. I think it just might be a story game.
A lot of civilians in that building.
This is ages ago. Gregory. This is an old house. It's got all their memories in there. Here's the old place. Someone up top. Where's the top bit? Hello? Nothing much. Because brand new game. Sketching me out. What is this?
Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara.
Okay. I won't go up there next. I'll check what's here.
Edie's father, Odin, built the original house. Mom must have locked the third floor stairs on the night we left.
So where would I go? Oh.
Barbara was a child star for 2 years, until America grew out of it.
Sad. 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 Very sad. Actually, I gotta go. Let's go look in all of them. This is Eddie and someone else.
The last time I was in Edith Senior's room, I was 10 and she was painting my portrait.
Where is it? I want to see it. I want to see this girl's face. Calvin.
My grandpa Sam spent 7 years sharing a room with his dead brother, Calvin.
Oh. Oh, no, I don't want to go in that room. This one. Gregory.
As a kid, I just assumed every house had peepholes and sealed rooms you weren't allowed inside of.
Well, I was just gonna say Gregory, it's just full of pink carpet. I haven't explored this one. Let's go back this way. That's good TV back in 1960 something. So it's not even a box screen. It's a flat screen. Oh, nah. Nah. What's this say? Molly.
Molly always seemed like a girl I could imagine being friends with, if she hadn't died in 1947.
Why is everyone dying? 1937, 1940. She's only lived 10 years. That's actually pretty sad. But I don't want to go on here. Just those lines on the carpet.
I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room.
Nah, bud. Sounds sketchy at all.
Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him.
This is the lock. Oh my god. No. Nah, this is gonna do something. Nah, this is sketchy. Nah, bruv. Nah, you're going back on. Nah, let me walk away. Nah, this is stupid.
My mom was really good at keeping secrets.
No. No, do I want to turn that page? No. I don't want to watch this. What is this? No.
Now it was time to
No.
find out what my mom had been afraid of.
No. If this is meant to be locked up, why would I come in here? This is stupid.
Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a
Bro,
plan.
I'm covered in goosebumps. I'm scared. Is this even a horror game? Can someone do a review on this? Bro, I really don't want to look that
no
up.
idea what was behind that door.
Yeah, no idea. I don't want to have an idea. Oh, okay, it's fine. It's just someone's not gonna pop out of nowhere.
Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead.
Into Molly's room. Is that it? I just came in Molly's room.
At Molly's room. Molly's gerbil had a tiny bedroom with its own even tinier gerbil cage.
Yeah, I don't care about that. Bro. Ah, this is a good view. Can I open this? I want to go outside. Bro, she can paint. She can paint. I'll hire her.
I got the sense Edie had spent a lot of time here. Before my mom sealed the doors.
She sealed the doors because there's dead children in here. They spread the ashes on the ground. Oh.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner.
Is that it?
I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat.
Drinks bleed. No, she drank her rat. She ate her rat. That's bull. What is that?
The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it.
Ew. Why am I doing this? Am I going back in time?
Mom, can I come out now?
Sweetheart, it's late. Go to sleep.
That's stupid. Do I go to sleep? Not done. What? What do I do? Eat that again? Oh, goldfish.
I thought about eating Christopher, but I held back.
Christopher looks too good. You can stay in there. Can I go to bed now? Why does it keep blacking out? This girl's sketchy. It's so dark in here. No, I eat my paper. Whoa. Whoa, when did this light up? What do I do? I'm missing something. There it is. A pumpkin.
My Halloween candy was all gone.
Oh, that's sad. Go back over to Christopher. Eat Christopher. You thought? Ah, whoa. There's a door. Oh.
I kept eating and eating.
Ew. No. Oh, that's disgusting. Yuck.
I ate a lot of things that night.
Still going? Bro, this is why you're dead. Die at the edge
Then
of
I
10.
heard chirping outside my window.
Oh, don't eat the bird. No, legit, don't eat the bird.
It was a barn swallow going back to her nest.
Don't know, she falls off. You should go out there.
I reached out for her.
Oh, it's locked. No, she can fall through the gap.
And suddenly,
What?
I was a cat.
What? Bud, what? What? Where's this going? Come back here, bud.
I
Come here,
tried
bud.
to be
Oh,
quiet, but the
pencil.
bird was really scared.
Here, dog.
Mom and
Well, I'm
Dad
gonna get
didn't
you.
even look at me.
Well, I'll catch you.
I jumped and I almost got her.
But I'm gonna get you.
I could tell she was getting really tired. Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating. I gobbled her up.
This is how she died.
And suddenly, I was an owl.
What?
First, all I heard was the wind.
Bro, this game's
Then
sketchy.
I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass.
As a wolf. But this is like Far Cry Primal. Whoa. It's good. What am I looking for? Rabbits. Good. Oh, I see you now, bud. This is gonna be hard. Oh, there it is. Oh, did I get you? Ah, you're coming with me.
I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons.
Yeah, well, I just ate him whole.
Up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger.
He eats a lion. This game's sketch, bro. What is it? Where's the story on? Or where's this bigger thing?
A mama rabbit.
A mama rabbit. Just looks like a normal rabbit.
She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating.
Chokes and dies.
And suddenly, I was a shark.
What? Bud, what? What? I'm rolling down the hill, I'm a shark. What is this? What is this game? Bud, what is going on? What the?
I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean.
That was not a good landing.
I was hungrier than ever.
Okay, how do we go down? There we go. It's. But is that a person? Said subnausea.
I wanted fat, juicy seals.
Still right in front of me, but won't let me catch it. But I will eat you alive. Eat him. Eat him. Oh.
Flipper, and it tasted really good.
You still got a slipper. Bro, you sketchy.
Grabbed on tight. But I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed.
Bro, maybe a snake. It's a big snake. What am I?
Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere. I was big, but I moved real quiet.
That one almost got me. Is this copyright? I'm joking.
I wanted to stop, but also I didn't.
I'll push doors open. Where I'm coming in. I'm welcome. Okay, but oh, you're dead. I'm sorry about that. I feel very sorry. Okay.
still hungry. And to
Really?
cross the water, I smelled something new. Something I had to have, so I
A
swam
whale.
towards it.
A whale. It's gotta be a whale. Kill whale something. Blue whale. Oh my god. A crocodile. Alligator, whatever they call it in America. But I'm still one of these
I
things.
slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe.
It's good. But it's gotta be Pennywise. The dancing clown. But what? Off the fluff.
I got closer and closer.
She ate herself. Bah. No, she ate the fish. She ate Christopher. Christopher, come here, I'm coming for you. I can't get up there, that's bullying. Where is she? Bruh, I bet you she ate herself. She's gonna eat herself.
All of my stomach started growling.
Rugger.
And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to feed, and we both know I will be delicious.
Oh. Is this game of chapters? Is this not chapters? This already seems like a game. I'll continue
I'm
this
not
one.
sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
There you go. One person at a time. This must be a big game. This is a big family tree. Who's the newest person? So it goes 1952 to 2005. Eddie was 2010. Edith's up top. I don't. Oh my god. I said not to close it. Okay. What I got here now? No. There's no chain on it this time.
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly.
What? Look at all these books, bruh. Let's get a library in there. Just wait a second. That's right, I did meet a friend. There we go. Sorry about that. There we go. How do I have that annoying noise?
Her room was like a museum.
This is... Oh, it's my flash
For
cameras.
500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune. And misfortune. Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan. On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind. But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea. Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island. Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery. His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house.
Okay. I'm gonna write something.
Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
It's a good drawing. There we go. I think we have to discover every one of everybody's story, then we'll find out maybe. Yeah, story? She had an oxygen tank. Yeah, I can't read that. Ah, Fox TV. cassette tapes.
Edie gave a big interview about a mole man living under the Finch house. My mom was furious.
What are you talking about? Let's
I
go.
hadn't thought of myself as Edith Jr. for a long, long time.
Can I watch that? Whoa.
One summer, they evacuated the island, but Edie refused to go. For a few weeks, she was a celebrity.
Oh.
When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't.
Sven. Dragon kills Finch. Now that's made out of cardboard. Straight
Even
up
in her
cardboard.
90s, sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother.
That I bet you that's Molly. It's her mother. That's the lady. I don't know. I give up. Why is the pink carpet room? Bruh. Oh, it's wrong. What are you doing in here? What is that? So I just wind
The
up
only
frogs.
trace Grandpa Sam's first wife Kay left on the house was the pink bathroom. It was
Yeah.
a pretty big trace.
Yeah. That's a fairy toilet. Someone's been drinking on toilet. They put the chair in. Oh, this is stupid. Where do I go? Where do I go? What's going on? Wait, can I get up in here? Oh, here it is. Why am I on toilet lid? Alright, this key unlocks every book. There's a secret in this bathroom by Sven and Edith Finch. Okay. Oh, I'll look at it.
There's a
Let's go.
secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look.
So, you go, wait, you see the garage door at the front. You go to the left of the left of the garage door, and there's a bit behind it.
It isn't in the cupboard.
This is probably spoiling, I'm sorry.
It's hidden in this book.
Ooh. Okay. The books do something, let's just say that. There is some weird stuff in this, I've gotta say. It's very weird. Straight up. The first time seeing this.
Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
So this mini still has it?
From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me.
Skills. Fort Kelvin. Bruh. Sometimes these winds give me chills. Little gusts of winds. Wind, no. Deer Hunters, where game Deer Hunter comes from. Can I move this chair? It's unmovable.
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin. And that he never talked about him.
Whoa.
I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
Oh. Why do these kids die so young? 1950 and 1961. 11 years.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it.
This is in the trailer. It's not loaded in. Let's just say that. But I'm gonna do this. I know how to swing. But stay straight, stay straight. Or you have this if you stay straight. I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna get this sometime.
My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom. And he did.
Can I get off of this? Keep the rhythm, and we'll be fine. This doesn't seem to work, and let me off. Let me off. Let me off. This is bullying. What do I do?
At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again. And he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Menu. It's gonna fall off.
Calvin! Dinner's ready! Coming!
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it. I told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that.
Oh, scratching the ground now.
Calvin, I'm not gonna tell you again.
Maybe if the wind hadn't picked up,
Bruh.
then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it. I think
Jesus!
he'd already made up his mind. That's what I want to remember about my brother. The day he made up his mind to fly.
That's why I'm after you. That's pretty sad. Oh, that was so
Calvin's
sketchy.
story was strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing. After the
Batman.
funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room.
Well, we better rope it back up.
Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
Well. They got one of these sketchy books. Passageways, though. Are you sure you can reach this spot? That's pretty cool, dude. That's pretty cool. I'll have to admit.
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
They get pushed open. Oh, this is back here. Let me back in. No, I want to go back in. Oh. Oh. It's Barbara's turn.
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star. I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards.
What a weird person.
Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
There you go, story.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue.
This way. My friend keeps leaving, so I'll just leave party. So I don't get disturbed. Okay.
She reached for the music box. And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent. She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman Killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
The old fridge rattled and grew still.
Oh dear!
Oh!
Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and you're...
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
and she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the Late Late Picture Show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
Okay. He's lost signal, but...
Walter, are you there?
Walter had vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Barbara turned, saw the hook man, and was speechless. He was quite smashing. And wherever he was, he couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
That night, she played her part beautifully. Molly's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges groaned. He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet.
He's not there.
The hookman had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was... At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Oh dear.
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter? Hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard, but that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her ear.
What?
Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
That's one sketchy book.
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
That's an old cake. Be some type of secret passage again. Yeah, there is.
I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box. It's funny. All those times I played with the music box and never found the basement key.
Okay, I'm kind of lost where to go. This is not meant to happen. I'm not meant to be in here. Let's go do something with that here.
I wonder if that comic was right about there being a key inside the music box near the basement.
I found it. Where's the basement? Oh my god, I'm tangled up in cords. Hello, Ethan Dennis. Welcome to the stream. Where's the basement?
The table was still a wreck from the night we left. It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture.
What is the time? Don't have much longer, guys.
My mom was the only one of us who could imagine Great-Grandma Edie living in a nursing home.
Back to start. It's
Maybe
very
I
dark.
should go check out that music box down by the basement. The power had been turned off the night we left.
That's helpful. Is this the basement? So much out, my brothers. Can't see. It looks like a realistic piece of paper these days.
If I keep winding the music box, maybe a key will pop out like it did in the comic book.
Yeah, I'm gonna brighten this up so I can find this music box thing. Where is it? I see no music box in there. I'll find the basement. This thing's actually sketchy. It's not. It's not what? Bro, where's the exit to the basement? Oh. Basement's this way, I bet you. That's a garage, and it's telling me to go this way. Just in general. I had to do something here, so there's gonna be something in here that I could use. Or where do you find the basement at? I'm actually clueless. Where is the basement? Oh my god. Nah, bro. Well, I gotta find the music box. Oh. They are. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, sick. Here we go. Okay, I'm gonna turn out my brightness. It's like halfway. That one. Well, let's just go halfway. That's fair.
Mom said the basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot.
Ooh. Whoa. Bro, you get tetanus now because of how old it is.
I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages.
Oh, you couldn't hear idiots. But why is this game so dark?
I thought maybe she was hiding presents. It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that. I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could. If there's a pattern in all these stories, I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years. On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week. But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane. Having a schedule, living for today. I always expected to be dead tomorrow. But if you wait long enough, you get used to anything. Even a monster on the other side of the door starts to feel normal. Almost friendly. And then one day, everything just stopped. Whatever that thing was, it was gone. Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid. Now, the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting. I have to leave while I still can.
Wrong one.
I know it's out there somewhere. Whatever killed Barbara and Molly and Calvin. Maybe this is all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day, even if it kills me. Whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it. I'm going to appreciate all of it, especially the food. I don't mind if I only have a year left, or a month, or a single week. I'd be happy with one new day. I can already imagine the sun on my face.
So I didn't want to walk on the tracks.
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here.
6? You didn't sound 6. Like, that's not 6. That's 10. Why is everyone... It's always like 8. No, actually, I can't count. That's 8 plus 5, which is, that's 13. That dude doesn't look 13. Actually, that says 1952. Don't worry, I'm blind. Should be right.
I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me.
Wrong way again. I just done this. Can you even lift it, girl? Come on. This man lifted it easy. But it's so cold. When I have to hitch up
Maybe
with
she was
mom.
afraid I'd end up like Walter.
Oh, stole all my stuff. All my cold stuff. Why is it so dark? Stop inviting me to parties, you fool. Looks fine. I didn't see her out again before. It's legit.
She never told me about an uncle under the house. I can only imagine what else she was hiding.
Oh.
I don't want to make the same mistakes she made. Trying to bury something that's still alive. Now that there's only one of us left, or maybe 2. I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself. and found out what happened to everyone else. But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real.
Oh, is that house? Is that a house?
I don't know if I should even be writing this. Maybe it'd be better if all this just died with me.
No, but I need you. You need to tell these people this story. Oh, there's no power.
But I thought you should know about your family. And the history you're a part of. Though to be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now. I think the people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth.
Playing new game? No. It's not even late. It's not that late. Oh, it's not. Oh. Right.
Probably coming in the door there, right?
And when you look at the house, that history of imagination and stubbornness and madness.
Bro, Jesus.
Any of it seems possible.
Nope. Nope, where do I go now? Wrong way.
I think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it.
That's actually not right.
What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house?
Oh no, this doesn't seem good. Don't like cemeteries. Cemeteries
It's
and
embarrassing
games.
for me to admit this, but
Whoa.
the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one.
Bruh. Christopher! No, not Christopher! Oh, 5 years. Oh, poor fishy. Shadow. I've read the book of that.
3 of the
Oliver.
gerbils are mine, and 2 had been my fault. Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery.
There we go.
I'm sure
Let's go.
Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away. She could see it poking out of the water at low tide. Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night.
Cat, can you move out of the way of TV? Come on. Further, I can't see. Cat. Maximus. Oh, do I really have to pick you up? Come here. Come here. Come here. Come on. Don't knock everything over. Yeah, good boy. Oh, now I can see. Okay.
Edie's side was always easier for me to understand. But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from. Her dad had been pretty strict, but it wasn't enough to save her brothers. She was just trying to do better. She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us. There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday and find everything out for myself.
I'm just gonna turn off my mask.
But looking back on it now, if she told me there was going to be so much climbing, I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant. I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common. They were both pretty intense.
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it? I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
That's the spirit. Okay, got it.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. That camera's older than you are.
You're right, Dad. It's starting to clear up. Still freezing, though. Aw.
Definitely should not have drunk all that coffee.
Hold still while I take a picture of you.
I definitely won't be moving.
Are you...
Hey!
That's a keeper.
I'm just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Dawn. You'll need to remember this stuff, if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Dawn, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious. Doesn't being out here make you want to chill out?
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20 years. Dawn, don't you think you could find something more interesting to photograph? Last time I was with my brother Calvin. Man, that was a great trip.
Dad!
Good eyes, Dawn. Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of you.
Dad, I...
Just breathe. Turn off your imagination. Focus on your target.
I'm over here, Dad.
Let me get behind you.
Do I have to do this?
Dawn, you don't have to do anything. But if you want to survive, you'll need to be strong. Great shot, Dawn! I'm proud of you, Dawn. Always remember that, okay? Sorry, Dawn, just gotta reset the timer.
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally
so...
normal, Dawn. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about...
Dad!
Of all these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me. Sam spent his life shooting photos, but Mom said he got nervous being in front of the camera. I guess we're all afraid of something. After Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it. I think he saw things the rest of us don't.
Time's over, Gregory. It's time to... Hold on, sweetie. Hello? Sam, I told you I don't want to talk right now.
I wonder what he saw. What his world was like. He reminded me so much of Calvin. Lost in his imagination. Whatever it was he saw. It sure made him happy. I know how silly it sounds. That I worried about a baby being too happy. But I could feel him slipping away.
Sorry about that, Gregory.
I know you did everything you could. Maybe if I hadn't called that night.
Damn it. Hold on, I don't want Gregory to hear this.
about the world he saw. Hey, there's so much I don't understand about Gregory. About everything. But I know what happened wasn't your fault. I'm sure he's happy. And he'd want you to be happy too. Good luck, Kay. Love, Sam.
I can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet...
A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea. Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard. My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart. I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, "We don't need a stepmom," were the words that
I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to
Come here.
But Gus declined, and as a sign held up his middle finger. The wind picked up, and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent. The rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made. The thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power. But all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder." I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't. Until we found you.
She never talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus. My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died.
At the time, it was as far away as she could get.
Religion was another thing my mom never talked about, but I think it helped her a lot after her dad died. She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay. My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Louis was born a year later. When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back. The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that. And for a while, things were good. Almost normal. But it didn't last. The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle. After Milton disappeared, the only thing he left behind was a room full of paintings.
I think Edie was happy to finally have another painter in the family. Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
This controller is pissing me off. Actually, this controller right now. Please don't stop this time. Yeah.
I was 4 when Milton disappeared. Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors. Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out. Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Louis blamed himself. After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room, until Mom got him a job at the cannery. Louis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on. Louis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Louis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Louis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery. But he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to wander. I asked him to describe it. He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about. Then something moved. Bats and toads. And things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head. But But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself. But he found something more. I worried about him then. Daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss. But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on. I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend. On the edge of a city he named Lewis Hope. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians. And songs for them to play. He talked about starting a band. And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination. So he could do whatever he wished. He held an election for mayor. And he won. They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him. He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville. St. Louis. He started drifting away from our reality. Minneapolis, until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Lewis kept sailing on. In Louisburg, he heard rumors of a handsome queen. The queen was on her own quest for radiant rainbows. He followed the sound of her electric sitar. His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound. He knew the world was all in his imagination. But he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king. For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Lewis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace. My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him. He began to forget the world we know. I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker. He began to despise the man with a royal contempt. I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder. The palace would be packed with his companions. Including the wise Calico who'd insisted on advising him. His queen waited, holding his crown. There was only one thing left to do. Bend down his head. The rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder. I wish we'd stayed. But I understand why we left. My mom ended up leaving everything behind. What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner. But it had to end one way or another. All that's left now is to tell you about that last night. That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
The power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
That thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning, okay?
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out. It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful. You know, I've seen that house every day of my life. But I never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way. I got turned around. I started seeing things. Things I'd forgotten had ever existed. But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them. Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it! Let go! I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great-Grandma Edie again. The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone. After that, we moved around a lot. We both tried to make the best of it. A few years went by. My mom didn't like to talk about it. But she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly. She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is. This journal was supposed to be for you. But now I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you and tell you all these stories myself. But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way. This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.